This is the 2026 BMW ALPINA XB7, and it is the most exotic X7 you can buy. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Let's go over what we're going to have here. Now here on the front end, you're going to have your typical LED lighting. We're going to hit everything so you can see all of that come to life. It's all LED, but I do like that here in the showroom you can see the design right here. Little elements that you can't normally see when we're outside filming in the bright sunlight. You're also going to have that illuminated double kidney grille. You can see some of the lighting here. Let me make sure that comes back on because it's timed out. There we go. We'll bring that back on for you. You can see the lighting down here. And as far as the front end goes, you're going to have the unique front end right here with the front spoiler. The Alpina name is going to be there, and everything here is fully active. No fake vents, nothing like that. Going to come standard all-wheel drive, but here are some things that set it apart as far as different features and functions go. So we're going to have Alpina specific air suspension tuning, the Alpina suspension damper calibration, also the active roll stabilization, rear wheel steering, and we're also going to have the unique transmission programming that's going to go along with this because it has so much horsepower and torque. Now, work our way down here. We're going to have the 23-inch wheels, and you're going to notice those nice bright blue brake calipers. That's going to be on the front and rear. I like that. That really sets things apart. You'll still have your typical features and functions as far as your power adjustable side view mirrors with your turn signal indicators built in, heated and power adjustable. All that's going to be here. Take a quick look at the remote. Something I always wonder about is when you have such a unique vehicle, maybe you should have a really unique remote design. I'm sure there's some kind of a cover you could buy that would fix that right up, but in my opinion, that's how it should be. We'll work our way down here. I like the gloss finish as far as our trim work goes. It works its way all the way down. That really sets things apart, especially against this particular exterior color. We're going to have the gloss black finish on our roof rails up here where you can get your crossbars and set that up to increase your cargo capacity for your trips. Making our way back here to the rear, once again you're going to see those blue brake calipers. I really like that. We're going to have a few other things going on here, as you can see, that make things a bit different. LED tail lights, that's not unusual back here. You will find your XB7 logo right there. That's going to be a little different. Alpina as well. A lot of people are going to look at that and say, what exactly is that? You'll also have the unique rear fascia back here with your rear diffuser. We do have our already mounted towing setup right here, so that's going to receive your hitch, and the unique quad tip exhaust. And here's the heart and soul. Now, one thing I really like here, nothing unusual for this particular model. X7's always had this, but I can pull on the release in the interior twice, and then I don't have to go looking for a release right here to open the hood. Here's what we're going to have. The 4.4 bi-turbo V8, massive horsepower, 631 horsepower, 590 pounds-feet of torque. It's going to be mated to that specifically tuned 8-speed transmission for this Alpina model. 0 to 60, according to BMW, 3.9 seconds. According to independent testing, as quick as 3.7 seconds. Top speed, check this out, is an electronically limited 156 miles per hour. You will have that 48-volt hybrid setup, mild hybrid setup to help with increasing all of that. Now we're going to work our way over here to the window sticker. I don't know how well you can see it here in the showroom, but here are the numbers: 16 city, 20 highway, 17 combined, and 5.9 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And with all that horsepower and torque under the hood, you might want to know your gas tank details. It's 21.9 gallons in capacity on a full tank of gas in the city. You should be able to drive about 350 miles out on the highway, 438, 372 combined. And that's if you behave yourself and don't keep your foot in it too much. And how about practical capabilities? You can tow up to 7,500 pounds, and you have your split tailgate set up, which is very helpful. I like that. You can use this for seating back here to do the ultimate tailgating experience. And you do have your lights right here that illuminate this area after dark, so that's a good thing. I'm going to work my way over here. If you're going to maximize your cargo space, you do have the removable cargo cover right here that's going to take care of that for you. And then I'm going to just push these buttons. You don't have to push them one time. You don't have to hold them down. Just be patient because you're going to see what's going to happen. These seats are going to start going down, and then we can go ahead and also lower these rear seats down. You can see that seat going down, and then I'm going to pull on that release. We're going to lower these. It takes a few seconds just so you can see what's going on with that. There we go. We're going to let that finish up right there, do its thing. But if it doesn't happen immediately, don't let that bother you. Don't let that make you think the process isn't working. You'll hear some things going on, and then the seats will start to go down. As you can see right there, there's one side, there's the other side. And speaking of that, how about your cargo capacity? What exactly do we have? Behind the third row, 13 cubic feet, 48.6 cubic feet behind the second row. When you maximize everything, it's 90.4 cubic feet. You do have a spare tire that's located underneath the floor. It's hard to get everything out of there to show you that it's there, but it is. We'll move Uncle Sam out of the way just to show you what's going on here underneath the floor. You do have some space underneath there as far as that goes. Another cover right here. If you want to install that in the center area, you can do that. And then to bring the seats back up, we're going to do that just like that. That's going to bring our seats back up. And once again, got to be a little patient because it doesn't happen immediately like you might expect it to, just so you can see what goes on where that is concerned. Let's talk about what your passengers are going to find. Now, you'll find things like the typical panoramic sunroof up here. That front portion will open, and you have the power shade right here that can be drawn back and forth as needed. Now, as far as the seats go, there's some controls here to talk about. First of all, we've got the controls here on the side for moving the seats back and forth, changing the recline in the seats. That's going to be something I know a lot of you are interested in. And then on the seats themselves in this area, first of all, we've got the button on the top. That is going to allow you to fold these seats flat from this area. So if you want to lay those down instead of using the switches I showed you in the cargo area back there, you can do that. And then the arrows that are pointing frontwards and backwards, when I push on that, again, it takes a little time, so just be patient, but you can see what's happening. So I push that. That's what's going to allow for getting the seat to move out of the way so the passengers can get into or out of the third row. And speaking of the third row, we've got our ambient lighting right here. That's going to be nice. The cup holder. And then there's a little area right down here. If we lift up on that, you can see the USB connection is right there. So for those of you that are wondering where that is, well, now you know. So I'm going to bring that back forward. You have to be really patient if you own a BMW X7 or the XB7, because of how long it takes these seats to move back and forth. Not a big deal necessarily. Now let's talk about our door panel right here. Plenty of room with the armrest. I like that. That's going to do a good job. You've got all of your different controls for everything you could imagine back here. And then we work our way inside. We're going to have the fold down armrest with the cup holders built in. And one more little trick here as far as cargo space goes, I can pull on that little release in the center right there and create a pass-through right here. So you can use that if needed and still have room for your passengers. We're also going to have the button we can push right there. That will bring our cup holders out and get those back in just like that. And then a little bit of storage space within this armrest as well. We're going to find our rear air conditioning vents here. You're going to have all your controls here, heated seats here, controls for managing fan speed and all that good stuff, a little bit of storage space. And then you can see your connectivity down below with the 12 volt with that removable cover or insert, we should say, and our USB ports. Now, you might be wondering about the sticker price. Here at Orr BMW, where we're filming today in Shreveport, Louisiana, $163,450. Now, we're going to go over here and take a look at something that is hard to see unless we look from the inside with it a little dark in here. That is the illuminated door sill. That's going to be in blue, nice and bright. Going to get a good job, or do a good job, of showing you what's there. Just something that's a little bit unusual. It does go off rather quickly, apparently. So there you go. We can see that. Now we're going to look at the door panel over there. Again, plenty of space with the armrest and the nice large door bin. you do have your heated and ventilated seats, and you have seat memory over there on the passenger side. I like that. We'll work our way across to the glove box right there and show you what's going on. Nothing unusual where that's concerned, but it is there. And then we're going to have our ambient lighting right here. We'll work our way up and show you what's going on with our upper console. You've got the nice bright lighting on both sides right there. You can see some of your other controls that are there as well. You obviously have the control here for your sunroof and shade. All that good stuff is here. Now, I'm going to work my way over here to the driver's side. Once again, we're going to have seat memory, heated and ventilated seat settings. You can see all of the different settings here as far as that goes. Everything for your power windows, power mirrors, and your power door locks. All of that's going to be here depending on what you need to do. You can take advantage of that. There's the power folding functionality on your mirrors that I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, you can leave your lights set to automatic. Turn them off. You can turn them on if you want to. Whatever you need to do, that is going to be here. Here is the control for your tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And we'll also find our steering wheel mounted controls. And something that's going to be unique here are the graphics for the driver's display. So that's something that is going to set things apart. Also, the stitching on the steering wheel, this overall design right here, kind of hard to see, but there it is. Going to be very nice, very comfortable steering wheel. You've got your Alpina logo right here that we saw on the center area of the rims as well. Obviously, you're going to have adaptive cruise control. All those great features are going to be here. A lot of good things going on. Now, nothing unusual here. This is not unique to the Alpina, but we have this curved display right here. I like how that's curved towards the driver. That works well. That's driver focused. You're going to have your navigation built in right here. If you need to zoom in or zoom out, you can do that. Zooming in right there, we can zoom out and get a wider look. We can come right here and look at all of our different icons. Everything is going to be going on here as far as that goes. The typical features and functions that you're used to seeing. You can even watch Vehicle Visionary YouTube videos if you want to. You will have to be in park for that to happen. And we'll work our way down and take a look at some of the things. We have our nice slender air conditioning vents here in this area, but that's going to do a good job of getting everything taken care of. Plenty of airflow, even with them being small like that. We're going to have our knob for the radio. You can turn that on and off right there. Go through your stations and whatever you're listening to. There's your hazard light button and your front and rear window defoggers. Now, you will also see something here that's a little bit unusual. The plaque that we're going to have, give you a quick look at that. And then we can open that up. You're going to have your wireless charging pad in here, some connectivity options, including the 12 volt right there. And then your cup holders, which are going to be cool and heated, depending on what you want to do with that. You can do that with each one. Turn that on like that. There's cool, there's heated. That's going to take care of you as far as that goes. I do like the design of our shifter right here. That is a really cool look overall. That's nice to see. Hopefully you can see that as well as we can here in the showroom. We can't really move around like we normally do to show you things. And you can see some of the other features here as far as what you can do. Starting the engine right here. You've got your different driving modes. We're going to go up to the screen and let you see what goes on as I push these. So there you go with that. We're going to have our Sport and Sport Plus. All that good stuff is here. A lot of things go on when you go into these different driving modes. We've got Comfort and Comfort Plus. Can do that. So a lot of cool things. Now, if you're that person that says, I don't want to get fingerprints on my screen, that's what everything right here is for. So you can actually work your way around just like this and actually touch the buttons. All that kind of stuff is going to work just fine where that is concerned. You've got your power parking brake right there if you need to use that. And then we're going to have our bomb bay doors. Going to have another connectivity option in there. Not the largest center console you're going to find on the market, but you know what? There is some space in there. And that does also double as an armrest. And how about your camera angles? Quite a few going on here. Not as easy to necessarily show here in the showroom, but you can see that we can come and go around the vehicle to different areas just like that, depending on what we need to do. There's your front view. Obviously, you're going to have your rear view. It's all going to be here. And how about a quick sampling of the surround audio? Here you go. And there you go. That is a quick tour. I know we didn't do a test drive today. Obviously a little bit hard to do with being in the showroom here at Orr BMW, but tell me what you think about this ALPINA XB7. Very unique, the most exotic X7 you can buy. There is a link in the description of the video if you want to know more. I would like to say a special thanks to our friends at Orr BMW for giving us the chance to tell you about this X7, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That's helpful and greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.